Incoming message.
All right, let's just jump right in. Welcome to This Explainer. If you're someone who really values efficiency, clear structures, and truly understanding what happens behind the scenes of your digital life, you are in the exact right place. Today, we're focusing on a major shift that's happening right now. We're talking about navigating Google's new search and privacy controls. Think of the internet as your neighborhood and your Google account as your digital home. Over time, things just kind of accumulate, settings get complicated, and sometimes you completely lose track of who actually has access to the different rooms in your house. Well, today is all about regaining control of that digital home, understanding the new floor plan, and making sure you are the one locking and unlocking the doors. So, who actually holds the keys to your digital data? It's a pretty provocative question, isn't it? We spend so much of our lives online, searching, navigating, shopping, but we rarely pause to audit our digital footprint. Understanding your privacy settings is exactly like holding the keys to your own house. You want to know with absolute certainty who is allowed in the front door, what information they can access, and what they're doing with it while they're inside. By the end of this explainer, we're going to hand those keys right back to you. Here's our game plan for today. We're starting with the big privacy update. Then we'll break down the old versus new settings. Third, we'll uncover a crucial detail I call the AI media catch. Fourth, we'll walk through a step-by-step navigation guide. And finally, we'll leave you with your privacy checklist. Okay, let's get into section 1, the big privacy update. Google is officially rolling out an update that fundamentally changes how your account history and personalization are managed. Honestly, this isn't just some minor tweak to a user interface. It's a massive shift in how your data is handled behind the scenes. Think of this as Google coming in and doing some major electrical rewiring on your digital house. The way the electricity, or in this case your personal data, flows through your account is completely changing. We need to open up the breaker box and figure out exactly where the new switches are. Which brings us right into section 2, old versus new settings. Let's look at how things used to be compared to how they are now. Under the old system, we had this single setting called Web and App Activity. This was essentially the master breaker switch in your digital home. You flipped this one giant switch, and it controlled absolutely everything. Your searches, your maps, your tailored ads, the whole shebang. But under the new system, Google is officially splitting that master switch into two totally independent settings: search services history and personalized recommendations. Going back to our house analogy, they are replacing that single master breaker with individual light switches for different rooms. Let's define that first new switch, search services history. This specifically tracks what you look up across search, maps, shopping, and similar services. Basically, this is the setting that remembers the restaurants you mapped out, the random questions you typed into the search bar at 2 a.m., and the items you browsed for online. It's entirely about your direct, proactive actions. It is literally the logbook of your digital activity. And then we have the second new switch, personalized recommendations. This one controls your tailored suggestions. If the previous setting was about the data Google collects based on what you do, this setting is all about what Google shows you in return. This dictates the customized content, the suggested articles, and those tailored results you're constantly fed. It's the engine that tries to predict exactly what you want to see. Now, here is the absolutely crucial takeaway. Changing one setting no longer automatically updates the other. You have to manage them individually now. Because these two functions are completely unbundled, you can't just flip one switch and expect the whole house to go dark. But, the long-term benefit here is granular control. You might want Google to remember your map searches so you can easily find your way home, so you leave that first switch on. But maybe you don't want them tailoring your newsfeed based on every single thing you search for, so you turn the second switch off. You actually have the power to curate your digital environment precisely to your liking now. Let's pivot slightly to section 3, the AI media catch. Granular control is fantastic, but there is a very specific hidden detail in this update that you absolutely must be aware of. If your history setting is left on, Google will now automatically save actual media files. We aren't just talking about text strings of your searches anymore. The sources confirm this includes concrete media, specifically your Google Lens images and your voice search audio. Why are they doing this? Well, to help train their AI models and improve safety. This means if you use your camera to search for a cool pair of shoes, or if you use your microphone to dictate a search, those actual photos and audio recordings are stored in your account. If you don't want those media files sitting around in your digital living room, you really have to take action. But don't worry, I won't leave you hanging. That leads us perfectly into section 4, our step-by-step navigation guide. Let's walk through this methodically together so you know exactly how to clear out any unwanted data. Step 1, access your account by going directly to google.com and logging in. Step 2, open privacy by clicking the Data and Privacy option. Step 3, scroll down until you find the dedicated History settings section. Now, Step 4 is where you start making your choices. Click on Search Services History. Here you can turn tracking completely on or off or change your auto-delete timeframe. Now for those media files we just talked about. Pay really close attention to Step 5, Manage Media. You have to actively click into the Save Media subsetting inside the search menu to stop Google from storing your Lens photos and audio. It's buried a layer deep. Finally, Step 6, Adjust Recommendations. Return to the main Data and Privacy page and click Personalized Recommendations to toggle your tailored results. Feel free to pause this explainer right here and follow these exact steps on your own device. All right, moving to our final section, your privacy checklist. First things first, a collective sigh of relief. Your current preferences will carry over automatically. Nothing breaks today. Google explicitly states that if you had everything turned off yesterday, it stays off during this rollout. However, just like any good home maintenance, you still need to do a routine inspection. The wiring has changed. You really need to log in and physically verify that these new individual switches are set exactly how you intend them to be, especially regarding that sneaky new media storage subsetting. Let me leave you with this final thought. Does your data sharing actually align with your personal privacy comfort level? Please don't let your digital home sit there with the doors unlocked or the windows wide open just because it happens to be the default setting. You've got the knowledge now, you have the structural map to take action. Go step by step through those menus, separate your search history from your recommendations, and make a conscious choice about your audio and image files. Take charge of who holds the keys to your data. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, keep optimizing, and I'll see you next time as we continue to break down complex topics into clear, easy steps.
Come to me, chickens, cock-a-doodle-doo!